Morning everyone, first day of Wimbledon. I'm going to crack straight on. I'm running a little bit behind. Want to make sure I've got time to upload it in time for you to view the video before the matches start at 11. As usual in the first couple of rounds of Grand Slams, there's a lot of one-sided matches. So let's just try and find a bit of value. Make some money. Anderson starts as a pretty strong favourite there. Overall results favour him. 12-month grass results favour him. Return to Queen's Club a couple of weeks ago. He was definitely using that as a warm-up and just to get back into the swing of things. I think he's going to be too strong today, but I also don't think he's going to have an easy match. I would say if he wins the first set and it's pretty close, it's definitely worth a lay on Anderson. Lopez played exceptionally well last week. It was won the singles and the doubles, obviously with Andy Murray. No value at 129. Best of 5 sets. I think he's going to drop one, so to speak. Got to favour Lopez. I mean, back Lopez if he loses the first set. I think Bautista Agu's going to be comfortable. Bieber has played so little tennis. I don't see how he's going to be competitive in that one. Tipsarevic and Nishioka is a strange one. Tipsarevic I thought would do better last week. He lost the first set 6-love, then came back. Still lost the second set, but in a tie-break. Maybe he was just using that as a warm-up. I think he's got a chance today. There's a little bit of value in it on him as underdog. And I would be looking to lay Nishioka around about 1.6. Chances are that's going to be 4 or 5 sets. Wawrinka should be too strong. That one. Felix too strong against Pospisil. Hasn't played a match this year. Darcis looks pretty good, I think, against Zverev. Didn't have an amazing week last week. Grass results do favour him. Let's wait for 1.8 on that one. Bit of value as well on Gulbis against Leo Mayer. Good chance of a long match in that one, 4 or 5 sets. Kachanov should be comfortable. Kudla, no value. That should be an interesting one. Seppi and Jarry. Seppi, better grass results. Jarry really lifted his game in the last couple of weeks. Reached the quarterfinals in Holland. Beat Tsitsipas in that one. I'm going to give Seppi the edge. Back him at 2.1, but it's not going to be over in 3 sets. Djokovic. Kohlschreiber does tend to push him quite close in the sets if he doesn't get too much for his efforts. He's been poor recently as Kohlschreiber. Definitely a Djokovic win. Could try. I mean, at that price, you can only lay. You're certainly not going to back at that price. Could be worth a small lay on Djokovic, but don't get greedy. I don't expect too much from Kohlschreiber today. Pella, I think he's going to do well against Koppel. Again, another chance of a long match. If we can lay Koppel around 1.5, remove some liability at 2, I'd expect Pella to take that one. No value in the next one. Or Haase should win it, but he's not been in the best form. Would be worth a lay if he gets an early break. Karlovic, not really to be trusted at that price. Obviously, everybody knows he's got a huge serve. Relies very much on it. His return game is pants. It's got to be worth a lay, I think. I think the sets could be close. Lay him around 1.2 and look at taking some liability out around about 1.4. Carino Busta against Papirin. Busta had his first 2 wins on grass just last week, so he's obviously been working on his grass game. I think he's going to take at least a set there. Certainly a little bit of value on him. 4 or 5 sets I can see again in that one. Hopefully all these that I'm expecting 4 or 5 sets in don't go to 4 or 5 sets, so we're never going to get finished. Cuevas doesn't play particularly well on grass, although he does have a big serve, so he's always going to have a chance. He starts as favourite in that one, and I'm not convinced. I give Cuevas the slight edge, but that really can go either way, so I'm looking at, again, at least 4 sets. Back Cuevas around 2.1. Dimitrov, I don't think he's going to have an easy day. He starts as is low at 1.24. He's not been in the best form. He's got Mute's only playing his second grass tournament, so it's going to be tough for him, especially in best of 5. And I think it's just the best of 5 format that's going to favour Dimitrov in that one. I'd expect him to drop a set. Back him if he loses the first set. Tsitsipas should be comfortable. That one, Raonic should be comfortable. Dasco, he tends to manage decent sets on grass recently. He's had some good grass results in previous years, quite a few years ago. I seem to remember he took Murray to 5 sets a few years back. It's another one that looks like it's been a long match. I'm looking at back Verdasco really, because I'm not really sure which way it's going to go. I'm going to wait for Verdasco to lose the first set, and we'll try a back on him. Also no value on Medvedev at 1.05, but he should cruise through that one. I don't expect Zverev to have an easy match there against Vasily. Very capable player on grass. That's got to be worth a lay around about 1.2. Zverev certainly not having a bad season, but he's not been at his best and has some unexpected losses under his belt this season. Definitely worth a lay at that price, but he should come through. Emphasis on the should. Caballes Baena has... No, my brain's gone dead. Kecmanovic reached the final in Turkey last year. It's early, bear with me. I'm going to back him around 1.9. Trying to remember what Caballes Baena has done on grass last couple of weeks. I seem to remember he did play pretty well, and it's going to be competitive. Come on, brain, stay with me. Chardy against Klizan. That should be closer than the market's expecting. Klizan doesn't have a great record on grass, but he does have the occasional decent performance. Chardy is the same, really. No value at 133. Worth a lay on him around about 1.25. Take some liability out. 1.5. Monfils reached the 4th round last year. Playing someone who's pretty inexperienced on grass, he really should come through, but Monfils has been a little bit shaky in some of his matches this year. I need around 1.7 before I back him. Hair has better grass results. He reached the 3rd round last year, 4th round in 2017. No value there unless he loses the first set, which actually wouldn't be that unbelievable. So hold fire on that one. Sonego won. He's not played a lot of grass tennis, and all of a sudden won the tournament last week in Turkey. Granollers is another player who has performed well on grass years ago. Very inconsistent in more recent times. Does have a decent serve. If it's working, he's got a chance, but I'm going to be backing Sonego around about 1.9. I think that's a decent price. Edmund should be comfortable against the clay quarter, and Goffin is no value at 1.05. Klan, if he serves well, and keep the sets close. So we could see it's pretty likely we're going to see a higher price on Goffin. Hope. No value there. And even I think even if you're going to lay Goffin there, a lot has to happen before we get a decent price move. I don't think I'll bother with that one. Okay, if the brain will hold out, let's have a look at the ladies. Bartel, very inconsistent. She's got a decent game for grass. She hasn't really shown up in the last couple of years. I mean, struggling to stay inside the top 100 now. Overall results better for Buskova. Grass results are also a little better. She did lose in the qualifying round. Bartel lost to Lizicki 2 weeks ago. Not many people can say that this year. I think we're going to see 3 sets. Slight edge to Buskova. Back the Czech player. Around about 1.95. Next one, tricky one, Gasparian, Friedsam. Friedsam 3-0. Most recent was October 2015, which isn't hugely relevant. 12-month results favour Gasparian. 2019 results are even. Grass results are even. Looks like 3 sets. With the head-to-head, you'd have to favour the German. Lay Gasparian if she breaks first. Looks a decent price on Herzog. Prefers clay, but she's got a decent serve on her that usually works reasonably well on grass. She's certainly got the better grass results in this matchup. Wait for 1.9. No value on Kenin or Keys. Is Heather Watson ever going to turn up this year? Since she did that TV ad, her game has turned to shite. I think she'll take a set. I think the crowd is obviously going to try and give her a big lift. McNally's got better win percentage last 12 months. She's made it through the qualifying rounds and her grass results are also stronger. Watson made the 3rd round 3 times in the past, the most recent being 2017. Decent chance of 3 sets. Back McNally if she gets broken first. Sakari, I don't think he's going to have an easy match. I think that's going to 3 sets. Overall results are slightly better for her and she's got a higher return on investment. Grass results are quite even, so good chance of 3 sets there. Value on Perra. Back Sakari if she gets broken. Svitolina, not amazing on grass. Doesn't have a great Wimbledon record. Svitolina leads 6-3. She's won their last 5 matches. The most recent March 2019 on a hard court. They've never met on grass. As I said, Svitolina's grass results aren't great, but are still better than Gavrilova's. Back Svitolina if she gets broken, but really I'd be waiting for Gavrilova to hold as well. Not really convinced by either player on grass. Yastremska Georgie. Georgie's won their only previous match, that was on clay in 2017. Better overall results for Yastremska in the last 12 months in 2019. Slightest of edges for Georgie on grass, so chance of 3 sets. But I'm going to give Yastremska, I'm going to give her the edge today just on what she's done this year. Back around 1.95. Buzanescu, stronger results for Pegula in the last 12 months. Buzanescu's got slightly better grass results but isn't having a good year. She did reach the 3rd round of Wimbledon last year and also the 3rd round in Eastbourne. Decent chance of 3 sets. Play Buzanescu if she breaks first. Decent match in the next one. We've actually got some decent matches in the ladies for the first round. Martic and Brady. First time they've played. Stronger results for Martic. Grass results also a little better. Brady reached the semi-finals in Nottingham in June. Martic made the semis in Birmingham. Chance of 3 sets in that one. Back Martic around about 1.8. They're taking that one. Kontaveit and Rogers. Kontaveit won their only previous match, but that was in 2013. Not relevant. Strong results for Kontaveit in the last 12 months. Grass results are also better. Rogers can be a tricky opponent on grass. And I think we're going to see a higher price on Kontaveit, and I'm going to wait for 175. Alep didn't play that badly against Kerber last week. I expect her to come through against Sasnovich. No value at that price. Maybe see what price we get if she loses the first set. Otherwise, I won't be touching that one. Kova, first time they've played. She has a stronger results. Krunic played well on grass last year. She hasn't matched that form so far in 2019. She should be competitive. But I'm going with Makova to win that one. Again, wait for 1.8 to 1.85. Rybarikova has a good record on grass, but hasn't been in great form recently. Stronger results in the last 12 months for Sabalenka. Long-term grass results do favour Rybarikova. Sabalenka reached the final in Eastbourne last year and the quarterfinals in Eastbourne last week. Gotta go with Sabalenka. I don't know if people have got a little bit wise to her game style. She hasn't had as good a results this year as she did last year, but I still think she can take it. But wait for 175. No value on Puig there, but I do think she's going to come through against Schmiedlova. No value again unless she loses the first set. I think Swiatek and Golubic are going to go to 3. Swiatek's been poor in her last 2 grass matches, so we've got some value on Golubic. If she serves well, she's going to make a real match of that one. Play Swiatek if she breaks first in the match. Vondrousova should be on paper too strong for Brengel. Although she did reach. Look, Vondrousova's grass results. I'm trying to read what I've written down. Doesn't make sense. I'll change that. Grass results are a little better for Brengel. Best results for in ITFs. Not on the main tour. She did reach the 3rd round in 2017. She's been very inconsistent this year. This sort of price, it's worth a lay around about 1.15. I don't expect Brengel to have more than 1 decent set, but she could take it to 3. The way Pliskova played last week, Zhu's not going to win the game. She's going to lose. That Sevastova should be too strong for Christian. No value there. Percentage wins in 2019 are quite even, although Arn plays mainly ITF events. There's no value there. Collins doesn't seem very comfortable on the grass. Diaz won their only previous match, which was in 2017 on a hard court. Slightly better results for Diaz overall. Collins, as I say, is really poor on grass. Diaz did reach the final of an ITF grass tournament in June. She reached the 3rd round of Wimbledon in 2017. Wait for 1.85 on Diaz. Kudermetova and Bonaventure. Grass results actually favour Bonaventure. She's gone through the qualifying rounds. Kudermetova has beaten stronger opponents recently, and that's why I'm giving her the edge. Wait for 185. Podopova's won both her previous matches with Teichmann. Both pretty inexperienced on grass, so I'm going to go with the Russian to take that one. 0.95 before I think about getting in. Bit of a return match here. Putintseva beat Osaka. Was it last week? It was the week before. Osaka seemed ill, or maybe had back problems. She was sitting on the floor against the chair rather than sitting in the chair at the change of ends. I think she's going to be better prepared for this one, and a little bit risky until we know how fit she is, but I'm going to start backing her at 0.85. Peterson starts as favourite against Wickmeyer. I think that could go to 3. Wickmeyer's come through the qualifying round. She did reach the 3rd round at Wimbledon last year. Most of her strong results, the grass results, were in ITFs, weaker opponents. Recent form is better for Peterson. I'm going to back her around about 1.85. But if she does break first, she's worth a lay. Tricky one there, Cornet and Azarenka. Azarenka leads 5-0. Most recent was in 2016 on a clay court. They've never played on grass. Results in the last 12 months and this year favour Azarenka. Long-term grass results are stronger for her, but she's only played 1 match this season on grass, which she lost to Garcia in 3 sets. Cornet reached the quarterfinals last week, beating Svitolina in straight sets. I expect Azarenka to win. Obviously, the 5-0 head-to-head strongly suggests that anyway, but I think Cornet's got a chance to take a set. Back Azarenka if she gets broken first, otherwise no value. Jakupovic and Flipkins. Flipkins has won both the previous matches. Both matches were on hard courts. Neither of them's having a good season, both quite inconsistent. Grass results are better for Flipkins. She's reached the 2nd round in Wimbledon for the last 4 seasons. Consistently average. She did make the 3rd round in 2014. No value on that one. Look at the price if Flipkins loses the first set, but I'm not particularly interested in that match. Excuse me, difficult one to assess there. Tomljanovic and Kasatkina. Kasatkina reached the quarterfinals last year, but she's been struggling this year. Has started to play a little bit better. Tomljanovic reached the quarterfinals in Nottingham in June. A lot of ranking points for Kasatkina to defend. She's going to be motivated to try and do that. She doesn't want to slip any further down the rankings. Good chance of 3 sets. I'm tending towards Kasatkina, but I want a much better price. Lay Tomljanovic if she gets the first break, or if she takes the first set. Venus Williams should win that. I think if she goes into that match expecting that it's going to be easy, she could get caught out in the early games. Goff is very inexperienced but looks pretty promising. She's come through the qualifying rounds. She beat Minen in the qualifying rounds, losing just 2 games. Minen's been playing pretty decent grass tennis recently. Not a great price on Venus. Back her if she gets broken early, and I think there's a decent chance of that happening. Wozniacki Soribes Tomo should be easy as long as Wozniacki's healthy. Results in the last 12 months quite even. She did reach the quarterfinals last week, so seemed to be over her immediate injury issue. She's got a decent record at Wimbledon. No value on Wozniacki there. Ostapenko, there she is again. Shea won their only previous match. That was in 2016. Hardcourt results favour her in the last 12 months, and also in 2019. Grass results, longer term grass results, favour Ostapenko. She reached the semi-finals in Wimbledon last year. 3rd round last week, although she retired from that 3rd round match. That could have been precautionary, so she was ready for this week, but we don't know for certain. She's been making slow starts in most of her matches recently, even when she's winning. I think if we lay Shea, if she breaks first, I think so long as Ostapenko is healthy, this is going to 3 sets. She has the edge to win. Garcia should be comfortable against Zhang. No value at that price though. Results do favour her. Grass results are significantly stronger. No value. Look at her price if she does lose the first set. Doesn't look likely. So 64 matches. Don't try and monitor all the matches. If this is your first slam, it's going to be pretty overwhelming when all the matches kick off. I've said before that I remember my first couple of slams, I basically just sat staring at the screen with all the prices and scores updating, and realised after an hour, 2 hours, that I hadn't traded anything. Just pick a few small matches that look like they're going to be interesting. Hopefully we can make a little bit of money from it. I will see you tomorrow, hopefully a little bit earlier, and I won't be rushing quite as much. Good luck, and I'll see you in the chat room.